Hi everyone, my name is Tamara Milford. I am 22 years old and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. And this is a place to call home. In Tennessee alone, there are over 8,000 children in the foster care system. That's over 8,000 children with a target on their backs who don't even know it yet. A target, Tamara, a target, what do you mean by a target? Well, I'll tell you. Society labels children in the foster care system as damaged. They're broken, unwanted. You fill in the blanks with some of the things you've heard about children in the foster care system. But what society doesn't stop to think about is that foster children are people too. They have feelings, and those feelings can be hurt. Imagine going to a restaurant or being out in public and you walk up to someone wanting to introduce yourself. You go to say, "Hi, my name is," and they stop you immediately. "I don't want to know you. I've heard all I need to know about you through this person and that person, and I don't even want to know you." And you stop and think to yourself, well, wait a minute. You don't even know my name. How don't you want to know me? I haven't even given you an opportunity to get to know me. Well, that's what children in the foster care system experience every day of their lives. This causes them to shut down and act out. Nobody wants me. Nobody gets to know me. So why even bother? Now, I want you all to think about a foster child. Are they of color or are they white? Are they educated or are they ignorant? Are they rude or do they have manners? Do they walk around angry or are they happy? Do they feel as though the world owes them something? Do you have your foster child in mind? Yes, 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 yes? Okay. I want you to think about your foster child as I tell you a story about a little girl who grew up in Chicago, Illinois. She was one of 5 children to a single mom who did everything that she could to provide a love and safe home for her children. She didn't have much and they didn't have much, but somehow together they made it all work. And one day her mother would go to meet a man who would change their lives forever. This man would go on to beat and abuse their mother on a daily basis. And every time the mother would just make excuse, time and time after again, because she wanted to stay with him for the sake of her children. "Oh no, I just fell. Oh no, he didn't mean it. Oh no, he's sorry. This is the last time, I swear, I promise." All the while, her children sees her beaten with a broken nose, broken ribs, black eye. And all that little girl could do was say, "This is not something I want for myself. This shouldn't be something that anybody wants for themselves. Why does she stay?" Nobody could answer that but her mother. But eventually one day her mother had enough. She was tired, she was done, she was over it. He went to jail on unrelated charges and she found out this was her time to escape. Like a thief in the night, she picked up her children and what little clothes that they could grab, and they moved away to a city none other than Nashville, Tennessee. Now, the mother had been here before when in a brief period of her life, so she was hoping for new beginnings, new changes, a safe environment. This man could not come and harm her children. He couldn't harm her anymore. This was a fresh start that the family needed. So when they got here, they didn't have anything on the Greyhound bus, but it was okay. They had each other. They stayed in a hotel out on Trinity Lane, and this was great for the children. I mean, no school, unlimited snacks, candy. The only bad thing was sharing one bathroom and 2 beds between 6 people. I mean, I don't know what type of circus that was, but they made it work. Eventually, the mother found security. She got a house, and everything was going good. But that little girl was starting to struggle within herself. Here she is, she's in a new city, in a new town, and unfamiliar faces, and somehow she's trying to make it work. She's trying, but the kids at school, they're not very nice to her. They don't like her hair. They don't like that she doesn't wear the name brand clothes everyone has on. They don't like her accent. It sounds very like a city girl. They just don't like her, and she doesn't understand why. But eventually, she gathers up enough courage and says, forget them. I'm just going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on school, and I'm going to get it done, and I'll never have to see them again. So that's what she does. She puts all her time, all her energy, all her effort into becoming this better academic person, and just someone who would leave middle school and never, ever see those bullies a day again. Well, let's fast forward a little bit. She's been here for a while, right? She's starting to get a little bit familiar, and now it's her birthday. 13 to be exact. 13 is a huge number. I don't know if you remember your 13th birthday, but let me tell you, this little girl felt like she was an adult. I mean, 13, nobody could tell her anything. So she wanted to throw her very own party. No, Mom, you sit out this one. I got it. I got my own money. I've been saving up. I'm going to throw my own party the way I want it. So she gets the balloons. She gets the cake. And she sends out the invitations to her friend. And the day of the party, she's just waiting and smiling. Oh, an hour goes by, 2 hours go by, and she's still smiling, and she's still waiting. But no one showed up to her birthday party. No one her age, at least. There were some children there who was about 2 and 3 who thoroughly enjoyed the cake and ice cream and sung happy birthday to her. But this, again, made her struggle with herself. Why does nobody like me? Why don't I have friends? I thought I was doing better. I thought I've been here for a year, and I thought things was going good. Next year, she vowed it would be different. And it was. One of the girl's most favorite dreams in the world was that her mom would come up to the school and bring her cake and ice cream, and she would get to have a birthday party with all her friends at school. She'd done it for her siblings, but this girl's birthday normally fell during spring break, so she never had the opportunity. Well, for her 14th birthday, she got her wish. School wasn't out. Everybody had to go to class, right? So she said, Mom, can you bring me some cupcakes and ice cream up to the school? And her mother did just that. She would do anything to make her daughter smile. So she enjoyed this birthday. It was the best birthday yet, hands down. So she gets home that night and she gets a phone call like everyone does on their birthday. So many people call to say, happy birthday, happy birthday. But this call was a little bit different. This one was for her uncle. Now, the girl was good at spotting surprises because she likes to surprise everyone else. So when her uncle called, the way the conversation was going, she felt like he was up to something. So she's like, Uncle, why are you calling me? What's going on? He's like, nothing. I'm just calling to wish you a happy birthday. That's it. And she's like, okay. All right. So then a month later, guess who shows up at the doorstep with their bags packed and his girlfriend? Her uncle, okay? Apparently, him and her mom had concocted up a plan for him to move down to Nashville, and we were all going to be one big happy family in our new home. And the girl was excited. She genuinely loved her uncle to pieces. So there it was. It was her mom, her uncle, his girlfriend, and her siblings. What more could you ever want? This was peace. This was the new beginning that her mother had wanted for them. But sadly, that new beginning would be taken from them on April 21st, 2012. Now, April is the month of her uncle's birthday. So, her mother says, I want to welcome you to Nashville. I'm going to throw you a party. I'm going to invite all my friends. We're going to have everything that you like for your birthday. And she does just that. So the children are upstairs doing this birthday party, and the adults are downstairs. And the mom comes up to set some rules and regulations about how the night's going to go. And the daughter, she's trying to reason with her mom, like, no, Mom, let me go downstairs. It's going to be great. I'll be the life of the party. You'll barely know I'm there. Like, please, 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 I just want to go. I was like, no, this is not for kids. No, Tamara, no, no, no. So she bribes her with candy. And she's like, okay, fine. I'll go sit down. So she falls asleep. And next thing you know, she's being awoken by her uncle's girlfriend sitting on her. Startles her to pieces. What's going on? What's going on? Wake up in a fright. The uncle's girlfriend says, call 911. That's it. That's all she had the opportunity to say. Next thing you know, shots ring out and the house goes silent. This is something that you can never imagine, the sound of a gunshot so close. It startles you. It's nothing like the movies. So the girl didn't know what to do. She packed up her siblings and put them in the room behind her. There was a man who came upstairs. He had been wounded. She didn't know this man. She never seen him a day in her life. All she could tell was that he had been hurt. And he asked her to call 911. So as they're trying to figure out what's going on, when they thought the coast was clear, they went downstairs to give the dispatchers a description of what was going on, who was injured, where was their injured, trying to render aid. And the little girl is looking for her mother, and she can't find her mother. She's looking everywhere. Her uncle's girlfriend says, your mother isn't here. That's all she says. The little girl tries to call her mother. She tries and tries and tries, and she couldn't get a hold of her. Then next thing you know, her sister screams. And a few moments later, she goes downstairs. Uncle closes the door. Ambulance arrives. Everyone's arriving. She still can't find her mother. Later on that night, that girl would be told that her mother died in the basement at the hands of a gunshot. This rocked the little girl's world to pieces. She didn't know what to do. Her mother was her world. But she had a choice to make that night. She could either be sad and sorrow and feel like the world was against her, or she could stand up and be the woman, the girl, the daughter that her mother raised her to be, and fight to have a life that her mother always dreamed of. And that's exactly what she did. By this time, I'm sure you've all figured out that that girl is me and I am her. I went on to pursue an education in law. I obtained my bachelor's degree from Middle Tennessee State University in a 2-year period, might I add. That's a record time. I have an amazing family now. I was adopted at the age of 18 by my forever home. They didn't have to adopt me and my brother, but they did. As you can see, they have plenty of children to give love to. But their hearts were so pure that they just wanted to keep giving and giving this love that they knew, because love is infinite and you can make more when you need it, right? So this girl I would have not been anything had I not gone through my experiences and found my family. They loved me enough to walk me through life, and I've been able to graduate. I have 2 homes now. I have a great job, and all I want is for that same experience, no matter how hard it is for someone to be able to call a family their own. A child in the foster care system is needing a home at this very moment, and there's no one there. I got certificates. This was literally a month after my mom died. I graduated 8th grade. I've been to places I never thought I would be. And again, my family is always right here next to me, cheering me on from the sidelines, making sure they show up. And I want that from someone else. Because when I was adopted, the chances of an 18-year-old being adopted is 20%. That's 1,000 kids every day who age out of the foster care system with nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to. A lot of them end up dead, in jail, pregnant, or God knows what. I don't want that for anyone. Being adopted or even finding a forever family, I would imagine it's like snow in Florida. It just doesn't really happen, does it? But the point of today is to get you to at least inquire about becoming a foster parent. I want you to think about if you have it, even if you don't have enough room in your home, just maybe you have the time to mentor, maybe you have the time to lend a helping hand. Just inquire, because all these children, they need a place, and that place may be with you. It may not be with you. But I want for every children in the foster care system to say they have a place to call home and they have a forever family. Thank you.